Okay, just gotta make sure the music is a good volume for the stream. Yep, that looks good. Okay. All right. Here we go. The first batch of clips for the new year. Looking forward to it. Okay, just adjusting mic gain a little bit. Should actually turn it down so I'm not picking up the computer fan quite as much. There we go. Yeah, just change the gain on it a little bit and we should be fine. In OBS, change the gain in OBS. Okay. Since today is the last day of January, today's the day of gathering the clips. So I don't have everything for all 12 yet, which is fine. Because we're just going to be working on the first batch of 6 for this time around, and then we'll worry about the next batch next time. I think we should be able to include some of the audio work this time, maybe. Depends. One of the main things it depends on is my energy levels, which is part of the reason why in the announcement tweet for the stream I mentioned that I'd be talking about a small announcement. Not much of an announcement. It's more just like I'm thinking of changing the day that I do these streams, because Saturdays are kind of exhausting. It's the end of, for my current job, it's the end of the work week, so I'm fairly tired. So I'm thinking of switching to earlier in the week, maybe around Tuesdays is kind of what I'm looking at right now. Right, I need to get distracted. Still not too great at the multitasking. But Tuesdays is usually when I start a brand new slate of work editing wise, so I usually don't have too much going on that's making me crazy busy. So it's kind of one of the better days I have to do these kind of streams. So, yeah. Again, getting distracted. Okay. I've honestly been thinking about getting a new mouse because this one's the sensitivity is getting kind of obnoxious. I'm getting really tired of constantly clicking on the wrong things, or just, you know, in general, just not clicking on what I want, and it's making it kind of hard. Especially with my shaky hands. On Thursday, I was having a particularly hard time with editing because I was basically struggling to get the cursor to hover over what I wanted. So I'd be sitting here on the computer and I'd be sitting like this, just trying to kind of slowly guide it to what I want, or I'd guide it to where I want and it'd just keep going, or I'd be all over the place. My hands were just really shaky that day or something. I'm not sure. But whatever it was making things difficult. So I'm thinking of maybe trying another mouse at some point. It's a little less sensitive. Maybe go away from gaming mice and just look for one that's that's kind of like actually designed towards video editing or something. So maybe that one will be a little less sensitive and I won't have to worry so much. I really like the silent clicking mice. I think they're amazing. The problem is that they die so fast. But I do remember really liking them, so maybe I'll get another one of those from one of the brands I've used before or something. If I can at least make it last a year, I think that'll be worth the price tag for it. I mean, they're generally around like $20 to $50, give or take. Or they were, who knows what the price is for it is now. I'm thinking that I'll start the change for the new stream schedule by doing I'm not sure if I'll do an editing stream this Tuesday or if I'll do a different stream and save the editing stream for the next week. Not really sure yet. Haven't decided. I kind of want to start balancing out the streams that I do. Like editing stream every other week or something. I won't always be able to stream on Tuesdays because months like this month, I will need to specifically do the editing stream on a Saturday, because today's the last day of the month, which means today's the day I need to grab the clips. And that means that when Tuesday rolls around, I should already have the Tuesday video edited and ready to and scheduled to just go live at the same 11 a.m. time as usual, which means I can't afford to do the stream on Tuesday because then I won't be able to have the video uploaded in time. So I don't know, maybe I should do Mondays instead. I usually have Monday as my backup day in case I'm behind on stuff, but I guess if I'm not streaming on Saturdays anymore, then I won't have to worry about that, will I? I mean, shouldn't have to worry about that. I might still end up worrying about that if there's a big project going on or something. The Saturdays tend to be the day used for doing bigger projects, such as fence repairs that I'm gonna have to do at some point, and bigger projects like that. So maybe Monday will be better. I went through the thought process last night, but thinking about it again, I do think Mondays will probably end up working better. I do believe the dog has arrived. I'll go get the door. The dog went back upstairs. I opened the door, but she couldn't see me, so she just went back upstairs. All right. If I do get to the point where we work on some of the audio work, whoop, scooted my chair in and whacked the desk. I'll probably end up not doing any audio work on Kirsha's, just because she is one of the Just Chatting VTubers who branches into social and political topics at times, and some of her clips will reflect that. And while I don't necessarily care, I know some people won't enjoy that, and I would rather leave the choice for them seeing or not seeing that to when the video's out and whether or not they watch it, rather than have it on here when I don't really cover those kind of topics. And like I said, I don't particularly care. If covering those kind of topics is part of a person's brand in their streams, then there you go. Doesn't really matter to me. I know some people don't particularly like it, but honestly, if I were to be the type that only worked with content that I was in full agreement with and whatnot, I would not be doing any of this. I'm a moderator for Vivi. I've done a lot of Vivi clips on the channel. If I were to only focus on content that fully fits what I am comfortable with and what I flow with, or whatever, however you want to describe it, Vivi's model outfit, her design probably would not, I say probably, it definitely would not fit under that. Well, the business suit one is fine. But there's also, you know, she's Aussie. She swears a lot. I don't like swearing. I'm not a big fan of revealing outfits. But I try to put that kind of stuff aside when I'm doing work like this, because it is, in my mind, the professional thing to do. I've put myself in the position where I'm working on these kind of videos. If that's where I've put myself in a professional sense, then I need to act professional about it. I don't know. I'm not very good at explaining, am I? This is why I don't get into deeper topics. I am terrible at putting my thoughts into words. I'm amazing at it outside of actual moments. Like, I did think about bringing up this topic because I ran the picker wheel yesterday, and when it did land on Kirsha, I knew that it would be a topic that probably want to bring up, since I know some people don't exactly like some of the stuff that has been covered in some of the clips. Some of these people, for like Smug Alana and whatnot. Some of I think there have been a couple that have, where they had clips of them reacting to content from people like Asmongold and whatnot. So I knew the topic might come up, so I put this whole thought process together yesterday about covering it, and today I completely and utterly butchered it. I had a well put together argument, case, and the words to say and whatnot, and then it came down to actually saying the words, and I failed utterly. I am not a phenomenal communicator. I'm pretty good with text, just not with speaking. So this is why I do not cover serious topics, or one of the reasons why I don't cover serious topics, social stuff, political stuff. I'm just not great at explaining, so I'm not great with words. The other reason is that I just don't think it's very professional of me. I don't think you need to be some sort of scholar or have some degree or whatever else to be able to have and explain and cover, have your opinions, explain your opinions, cover topics. I think the belief that only, quote, experts should be allowed to cover that kind of stuff is bullcrap. That's total BS. Especially in America or anywhere that's supposed to be a democracy. Anyway, I'm not going to get any further into that either. But while I have no issue with other people talking about that stuff, I don't want to talk about that stuff because it's not my content type. It's not part of my brand. It has nothing to do with what I do. It has nothing to do with my video editing. So I just don't think it would be very professionally appropriate for me to start delving into those kind of things. The most I do is usually if I'm talking about like Star Wars or writing, like creative fiction writing. Those are the two topics I might branch into, and stuff similar to that. Because it's stuff I enjoy. I like Star Wars. And I enjoy writing, even though I still haven't actually finished writing anything. I do enjoy writing stories, and I do enjoy stories that others have made. So I like talking about that stuff. Even if I'm not horribly phenomenal about talking about it. Whoops. Is that not? There we go. It's also why I don't delve into that stuff on my social media either, which may turn my social media kind of empty, and I probably need to post more often to get more a greater reach and more engagement and get people to see my channel and stuff more often, but I'm not a big social media person. Did not grow up on the internet. I did not start getting heavily involved in internet-based stuff like social media, Discord, whatever else until like late 2019, early 2020. So, yeah. Definitely not something I'm horribly used to doing or that I would ever feel reliant upon. Like, I can go a full day without looking at any social media, forums, anything, and not even realize it. It's like, oh, I forgot to check that today. Oh well. I've been debating whether or not to change out how I do audio transitions. I mean, I only recently learned about the frame rules of animation. I think I learned about them before, but that was like years and years ago. And it's not really something that's relevant to me because I don't do animation, but it can actually help stuff like tracking and stuff like that in video editing. So it is actually something I do probably need to pay attention to. but I've been thinking about the same process when it comes to audio transitions. Like when I'm doing shorts for Muna, I started by doing the same like this, like 1 second per thing, just to clear out the audio pop. But I've actually started finding that at certain points it actually sounds better if I add more to the more time to it. So now I do like 4 frames instead of 4 seconds instead of 1 or 2. It helps audio blend a lot better. It is nice that I'm still learning stuff. There's always room for improvement, always more to learn. I'm talking a lot more on this one, huh? I feel like the last editing stream I did not talk much, which I don't think is a big deal. I used to think it was a big deal and I would try to talk all the time, but a lot of clarity came into my mind on the day I determined, you know what? I don't think that I'll ever turn into some big name streamer. Probably never get a big audience. So I'm just gonna do whatever I want as casually as I like. I've gained a lot of clarity from that. I have also been thinking about doing stuff for the editing channel again. No big projects right now, but just stuff where I goof around with some effects and things and see what I can do with them. Which would include After Effects, of course. I may end up needing to upgrade my PC for some of that, which in this day and age, that is probably asking for a lot. And like last year or 2 years ago when I was initially researching upgrading my PC, it was kind of like, yeah, you could upgrade this and that, but if you do that, you're probably gonna need to upgrade this and this and this and this. Like, oh, okay. I'll probably research it again to see what the situation is, like really research it in depth, the specific parts that I have and what they work well together with and their maximum capacity and coverage. I'll worry about that more when it becomes necessary. I think for what most of what I do, my PC is really not that half bad. Could be a lot worse. Oh, I did not mean to grab that. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing some videos for the editing channel where I just find a specific effect or transition or something that I want to experiment with, something that looks fun or cool, whether I discover it from somewhere else or it's something I stumble upon myself, just to see what I can do with it. And that will probably include some audio stuff too. Maybe help me get better at doing audio work. Just making some small videos, nothing too fancy, probably not really doing any scripts or in-depth breakdowns or whatever, I don't know. Maybe just kind of do it like what I'm doing here on these editing streams, just kind of do the effect and just kind of talk as I go. And then trim it down if I need to cut out the boring parts. Nothing too crazy or fancy. Forgot to change the colors. All right. Properties. I think what I'm going to do for this one is I need to change how I go about this. I think that just makes it worse. That's much better. Oh yeah, that's much better. The dog is back. Just a sec. I figured I might as well turn a fan on as well. Even if it's winter, it still helps stir the air so it doesn't get too stuffy in here. I'm thinking I'm gonna play around with some of the colors for some of these. I'm gonna start renaming them, so maybe I don't have to specifically do this, but if I want to export them and import them to another project, naming them like this, then I can start separating the presets for these and presets for, say, my subtitles for other videos. Be able to have that separation. I'm trying to plan ahead now. I'm trying to be smart. Yay. As much as I can. This is where my colorblind comes in, because I'm not sure if this color here is... Okay, on closer inspection, I'd say more purple. I could, at a distance, I couldn't tell if it was purple or blue. Dog's making a little nest out of my blankets. So let's change this to here. I need to incorporate the pink. This is a pretty solid pink here. Choking on air again. not allowed to breathe without choking. Oh. It might be too dark. Hmm. It is much lighter here. Let's try something else. I don't really like the blue being on the inside because her primary color is pink, not blue. Or purple, or whatever the crap it is. This seems to be like the primary pink here. Not really sure. Um, none of these color combinations are really screaming at me, you know? I wonder if it's just because I'm not a big fan of pink, so maybe it's just not clicking with me. It might look fine to most people, just I'm a bit biased. Wah. Hmm. I think I'll take this one. Oh, that looks terrible. Oh, absolutely not. I am leaning more towards black than white because the black kind of stands out a bit more with the purple. So I'm thinking I actually kind of like that. I think it works pretty well. I wonder if this color purple will change anything. I like it. The problem is that I would be limited in being able to access that color because that's just the customizable model, not Vivi's normal model. So I think we're better off leaving it as it is. Yeah, these seem fairly normal color combinations for her. There is a little bit of blue, so I'm thinking it's just a tiny bit of blue, and it's only in some places. Or is it purple or something? Yeah, it looks like it's just kind of an accent color. The pinkish red, white, and black seem to be the primary colors. And the purple or blue is kind of an accent, same with like the red on the jacket. So I think this combo is fine. It's been a while since I've really updated some of the stuff for these videos, so I think it's about time. we get around to doing one of these updates. All right. There's a lot of accent colors on this model. A lot of accent colors. There's this purplish blue, there's this orange, green, or gold that I think is somewhat similar to the armbands. There's the primary colors seem to be whatever the color of the hair is, some sort of lightish blue, maybe pinkish color, and the kind of light, kind of dark gray, close to black of the outfit. I think there's some other accents mixed into the hair twirling. Yeah, there's some purple or blue mixed in there. There's a lot of accent colors in here. Oh boy. Okay. Yep. There's a lot of blue and purple in the rest of the what the crap you call this? I don't know. I can't think of it for some reason, so I think using some of that would be fine. Using this as a primary color. Let's grab a U, maybe from there instead. It's a little bit lighter. The strap, or yeah, we'll go there. And then I think we've managed to find some colors that work really well with each other. And then there's some that I feel like are just missing that one little detail that'll really help flesh it out. Okay, I think we've fallen onto a good kind of base for these title type designs. And we'll just try to copy this base into the others. And then obviously for some, we'll change it around a bit. Say, for example, for Enos, I think it makes some sense for the black to be a little bit more prominent. Yes, that looks much better. Okay, I like this. And obviously Soy Milk's is a little bit more gray than black to fit her kind of design aesthetic. I wonder if we would be able to make it work with the blue. Surprisingly, yes. It actually works pretty well. I wouldn't say it's overly perfect, but it works shockingly well. I like the lighter blue. The lighter blue, I think, works better. Okay. Now we can get back to quick stretch. All right, we can get back to our normal work loop, whatever. Whoops. Look at us innovating with making changes to stuff that I haven't changed in years. And I think it's actually a improvement rather than, you know, what most companies are doing these days with ruining their logos and their UIs. You know. I don't know who the crap these modern companies are hiring, but they have got to stop. There's the iOS 26, which is a load of garbage. There's the Windows 11 change to the UI, putting aside all of the other issues with Windows 11. Just the change to the sound effects and the UI, the taskbar particularly, where everything's mushed into the middle for some stupid reason. Like, why does the search bar and the Windows bar have to be in the middle? Why isn't it on the left like it normally is? Because they left everything else that's normally on the right side of the taskbar on the right side of the taskbar, so why did they only change the left side of the taskbar? It just seems dumb. And again, that's not even getting into the issue with the logos. Holy crap. We went from having really cool, intricate logos to having the most simplistic, lame, boring logos ever. Apparently, it even breaks down into this whole crazy aesthetic theory, because it bleeds into architecture and decorations, aesthetics, and whatnot. It's like, oh, it's a whole rabbit hole, apparently. Ay. You know, maybe I should put out another post. I did it a while ago, nothing happened with it, but maybe I should do it again. Where I kind of do another post on Twitter asking people, hey, if you have any recommendations of VTubers you'd like me to do these compilations for, let me know. So I can expand the list, put them on the picker wheel. No guarantees they'll be in the next one, but hey, they'll be on the wheel. I'm also thinking about starting to record the wheel session. Not stream it, but just record it and then just kind of post a little video about it on Twitter. little things that can help me expand my social media use. That those dadgum algorithms actually help me out a little bit. Hey. I need to remember that this time around I need to double check all of these text boxes before I export the videos, because I realized that last month I made a few mistakes on them. I had to go through a whole process of deleting videos the videos that I'd already uploaded to YouTube, and redoing them, re-uploading them, and rescheduling them. Luckily, I was able to fix the problems before they became a big deal. And by big deal, I mean before they'd actually gone live. But this is what I mean. I did it again. I don't know why I do this, but I mix up numbers 6 and 7 all the time. And 5. 5, 6, and 7. All three of those, I get confused constantly. Sometimes 8. I haven't had 8 happen that often. Oh, no. Yeah, no, I screwed up. Yeah, it was 8. I messed up on 8 this time. So I messed up on 8, which immediately just started the domino effect of messing up on all the rest. 8, 7, 6, and it would have gone to 5 if I'd continued. I don't know why I do that. My brain just kind of breaks, just shuts down at some point. And then I make that mistake, and it's awkward. But it's fine, because I catch it and I fix it. I usually catch it. If I don't catch it during the editing process, I will usually catch it when it's been uploaded to YouTube and I'm working on putting in the chapters. Speaking of, I need to start doing that on, like, we can do that on stream. I think we've got enough time. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. I'm also thinking of updating my sound effects for the sensors. Finding some new ones to add in there to, you know, kind of add some variety to it. I really like the rubber duck and the quack, but they're a bit short. So finding some that are a bit more versatile would be nice. I'm not really sure what sound effects I would use, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep an eye out. You might notice that there's a lack of clipped by unknowns this time around, or clipped by streamer name. I'm started trying to actually go into the VOD to find the person who typed the command. Because if it's somebody who has a command for clips, you know, just like a Nightbot thing, exclamation mark clip, some channels have that. I try to look into the VOD to see if they do have that, and if they do, I find the person who did the command, and then obviously they're the one who clipped it, so I can put their name in. And sometimes they'll include text along with the command that I can use as a title. So we're actually having a few improvements to the process this time. 2026, a year of change and growth and improvements in some small way, shape, or form. I didn't even know this was a thing. This is cool. All right. Now we can move on to the chapters. I do already have it prepped, so we should be able to just apparently there is a bit of a theme on a recent Venus stream. Oh, whoops. That's right. Can't see the number I'm looking for there. Let's just move this over here a bit. There we go. Got the wrong numbers on the time code. Anyway. I am trying to be a little bit more careful with the clips I'm grabbing. I do try to stick to the top 10, but I'm trying to be careful and make sure to watch through them all beforehand, just in case there are some that are maybe clipped a little awkwardly out of context. I don't think it's usually a big deal, but you never know. I've been noticing people doing weird stuff with clips lately, so I'm trying to be a bit careful. Sure, that's not it's not a word. At least not according to any document writing software. Well, I think my body is trying to tell me it's time to grab food because my stomach is starting to growl like crazy. That's okay. It'll live. Oh, I forgot about the time code on that one. I'm just very glad that even after a few rounds of clips that are kind of like these ones that delve into these topics, even after a few rounds of that, the only complaint I've seen about the channels that I titled the videos best of, which admittedly is a bit clickbaity, but is technically not wrong, because they're the most watched clips on Twitch, so they're the best of the clips on Twitch. I guess I could change it to the best clips of, but I don't think that would that really matter much? Semantics. Anyway, I'm just very glad that I've been able to avoid a lot of the wackadoodles, their big old complaints and whatnot. Yeah, I've actually been thinking about it, and I actually kind of like calling it best clips of. I don't know why, it just, for whatever reason, it just kind of feels better to me. I missed one. No, wait, no, I didn't. It wasn't 10 yet. I miscounted in the. I did miscount, just not in the spot I thought. Maybe I will do that. It's a new year, might as well. You know, we're changing so much stuff already. Why not one more little? We're not making any big changes, but a series of small changes. What's one more, right? uh. Oh, look at that. I still need to go through all of them. Check audio levels, make sure they're balanced. I try to make sure each video hits between -12 to -6 decibels, somewhere in that range, give or take. And then edit out language that YouTube would not appreciate. We are going to raid soy milk because I can and I want to. Ugh. This was fun. This was a good stream. We got the first batch pretty much done. I need to go and grab the clips for the second batch still. I haven't finished all of that yet. Alright. Alrighty. As always, thanks everybody for coming by. I appreciate it. Hope you had a good time hanging out. Thanks for spending time with me while I was getting work done. And we'll see what's going on with the changes in stream schedule and whatnot if I decide to do this Tuesday or not, or this Monday. We'll see what happens. But until next time, I hope y'all have a good one, and I hope to see you all again another time. Bye-bye.